Early Earth, once all scalding rock and choking fumes. Since then, the Earth's surface has cooled, continents have drifted and mountains have moved. Now life is present everywhere and almost all traces of the early Earth have been wiped away. Our hypothesis, as we will soon explain, is that Earth was created by a collision of rock and ice. It was very hot but began to cool down soon after. With this cooling Earth, water could exist. Then, bacteria could exist in the water. This bacteria used photosynthesis to create oxygen, which let all other organisms survive. Earth was created over 4.5 billion years ago when rock and ice particles that were orbiting around the sun collided. Earth remained an alien world for the next 700 million years. The atmosphere was without oxygen, and solid rock drifted around in magma. Scientists called this period of time the Hadean, after the Greek underworld. Liquid water was able to exist on Earth about 3.8 billion years ago, or 800 million years after its birth. And as early as 3.5 billion years ago, single-celled organisms could thrive in the sunlit parts of the oceans. These bacteria were the organisms that eventually transformed the planet. They used photosynthesis to make food and, as a result, released oxygen into the air. Little by little, the atmosphere gained enough oxygen for it to be breathable. This opened the doors for all the diversity of life to follow and thrive. Charles Darwin created the theory of evolution by natural selection. There are different variations within populations due to genetic mutation. A mutation is a random change in an organism's genetic sequence. Some mutations may be an adaptive trait and interact well with the surrounding environment. This can lead the organism with the mutation to be more likely to survive and reproduce. However, some mutations may be a disadvantage. Therefore, the mutation makes it less likely for the organism to reproduce and survive. The organisms with adaptive traits genetically pass on the mutation and it becomes a part of the species. Natural selection is like survival of the fittest. The strong genes survive. Another way of evolution is by artificial selection. This is also known as selective breeding, where humans breed organisms for specific traits. Humans do this so adaptive traits survive and spread through the whole species. The organism will then be more likely to survive and reproduce. Species can also evolve when organisms of the same species are isolated from each other. This is called allopatric speciation. Isolation interferes with the exchanges of adaptive traits. Over time, the one species could grow apart and develop a different species. The ways of biological evolution between species can be shown by a phylogenetic tree. A phylogenetic tree is a diagram that displays the species interactions and evolution. Extinction is an event when a species or group of species dies. Extinction can be caused by an endemic infection or by some catastrophic event, such as an impact by a meteor. The Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction was the most recent event. It occurred approximately 66 million years ago. An asteroid is said to have impacted the Earth. This took out 3/4 of the animal species on Earth, including all non-avian species. After this major event, it created the Cenozoic era. This era continues on today.